In today's video, I'm going to talk you through how changing your pressure shift is going to stop your slice and turn it into a draw. Make sure you check out this video. Welcome back to the TruGolf Academy. You've joined me, Jon Watts, today in our indoor golf studio. And today's video, as I mentioned there in the intro, is actually all going to be about how to change your pressure shift. Now, this might sound very technical, but it's not going to be. And actually, with the aid of my force platform here, you're really going to be able to see how changing your pressure shift is going to help change your path and turn your slice into a draw. If you're new to my channel and you haven't already, please do consider subscribing. The info for me just come on the bottom of the screen, at least 2 instructional videos a week. Right now, we're going to jump into this one. So you've joined me actually on the 3rd hole at Pebble Beach. I'm just going to show you a quick flyover. But what you'll see here is that this hole really would suit a draw shape for a right-handed player if you can turn this golf ball from right to left round the corner. As it's a little dog leg that way, you're going to gain some yardage off the tee. If you were a fader slicer leaking out, for me as a right-handed, to the right of the target, it's going the wrong way. It's going to lose me a lot of distance. It's going to mean I've got a much longer second shot in. So having the ability to hit that high draw on a tee shot like this is vital. Now I'm going to talk you through, with the use of my force platform, how changing where our pressure is in our feet can help change our swing path. So I mentioned they're turning a slice into a draw. So what do slicers generally do? And I will click in a second so you can actually see where my pressure is. But what we tend to see, and I'm going to forget the backswing for a second, but what we tend to see in the transition, in the start of the downswing here, is the pressure goes into my trail toe and into my lead heel. So we tend to see an unwinding, almost an opening up of the body, and the pressure quite often stays back as well. So we see the pressure go, for me, right toe, left heel, and stay more favoring the trail foot here as well. So we tend to see the upper body almost lunging for the golf ball, out of sequence, the lower body hangs back, and we get that pressure right toe, left heel very, very, very early on. So let me click. So I'm hoping here you'll be able to see live time where I am. So I've only put my left foot, my lead foot on there, so you can see as we're looking at it, it's to the left side of the screen. Now my trail foot on. Let me do that one more time. Lead foot to trail foot. So we can see there my pressure from my left side to on my right side. Now the little white dot is what we call the COP, the center of pressure. What we're really looking for in the backswing is that to move towards my trail side there. It would be more than that when I'm actually making a movement, but you'll see that white dot will actually move to the right towards my trail foot as I make my backswing. And what I'm looking for in the start of the downswing is the pressure actually to feel like it moves a little bit more into my lead toe. So it's moving forwards and moving a little bit more into my toe if we're trying to stop a slice, rather than the pressure shift we quite often see where the pressure ends up right toe, left heel, quite often backing up out of sequence. So we tend to see this sort of movement here with the pressure shift. We really want that white dot, the squiggle line, if we are a fader slicer, to feel like it's moving a little bit more here into my left toe. So if I can get my pressure shift pointing or moving more to the right, I can get my swing path more to the right. That's going to help me stop my slice. So this is for me as a right-handed golfer. Left-handers would just be the opposite way around there, obviously moving to the left rather than moving to the right. So it's more of an in to out path because that's the direction my pressure shift is going. So what I'd encourage you to do if you are trying to stop a slice is, in a backswing, I would try and get the feeling that you move into your trail foot behind the golf ball, but you move a little bit more into your heel. Okay, so you can see there, I'm into my trail heel. Then in the downswing, I want to get the sensation, the pressure is moving towards my lead side. So almost starting with my lower body first, but it's actually moving a little bit more into my lead toe. Now, I don't want to go too technical with this, but ideally, as we then rotate our body, the pressure would move more back then into that lead heel eventually. So it's moving from my trail heel in the backswing. In the transition, it's feeling like it's moving more towards my lead toe. So you can see that line going out to the right. And then as my body starts to rotate open, the pressure would eventually move back into my lead heel. I'm not going to ask you to focus on that part. That might be a secondary bit that you take to the range of trying to get your body more open. But initially, if we're trying to stop this out to in swing path, this over the top movement, we're just trying to get that feeling of moving into my trail heel in the backswing, and in the transition moving more into my lead toe. As I said, the body will eventually open and get more into the heel. What we don't want it to do is feel like your body hangs back and opens up early because your shoulders are diving at it, and you can see the pressures perhaps more into my right toe, and anything that is under my lead foot would be very early into my lead heel. So let me go ahead. I'm just going to get that feel, a little bit of more of a shift into my trail foot, but more into my trail heel in the backswing, and in the transition, it's going to feel like it moves a little bit more into my lead toe. Let me see if I can hit a draw on this hole, which would be really helpful. So definitely not the perfect strike. It fell a little bit out the bottom of the golf club there. I guess I was, for video purposes, really trying to get that feel of moving into that trail heel to feel like I'm moving into that lead toe in the start, in that transition movement. So the top of the backswing to the start of the downswing. And I perhaps wouldn't normally be that aware of it. But when you're trying to change a movement, go really exaggerated. So really get that feel of shifting into that trail heel, shifting into that lead toe at the start of the downswing. Try and get your pressure shift moving that way, the same direction you'd want your path traveling in. So if you're an out to in slice and you've been getting the swing path going across the golf ball, we're seeing that pressure shift almost move this way and then move this way. So we want to try and get the opposite, as if the pressure shift is going to the right to help my swing path go to the right, to help me draw the golf ball more to the left of the target. So again, that feeling of shifting a little bit more into my trail heel, a little bit more into my lead toe. Let's finish with one more. I'm going to hit this one hopefully a little bit more naturally without overthinking it. A little bit toey, but again, got that nice draw shape round the corner. Just got onto the fairway there, definitely shortened the hole by taking that route, and got that sensation of moving more into my trail heel in the backswing, more into my lead toe at the start of the downswing. So without using something like this, you can still get that feel of where your pressure is. I perhaps would just encourage you to put something on the ground. It could be a good idea to use a club shaft or a couple of grips ideally, maybe a little bit larger, a little bit fatter than this, but if it goes through the middle of the foot here, you can definitely get the sensation of where your pressure is from heel toe. So you can get that feeling of moving more into the trail heel where the toe will lift, and in the downswing shifting more into the lead toe, and you'll see that means my heel is slightly elevated. So if you can just put something through the arch of your shoe there, you can really get the sensation of where that pressure is moving. So just some simple at-home exercises is really going to help you. If this video has helped, hit the thumbs up, share it with as many golfers as you can. As I mentioned at the start there, if you haven't already, please do subscribe. I'd love to hear from you guys, so comments below please as well.